Hello guys, how are you once again? Um, this is Michael Richard. Um, I just wanna share with you the good news today that I will go on with some of the topic that I've been discussing with you. Um, Today, on the continuation of happiness and self-esteem, I just wanna let you be aware that happiness and self-esteem are two side of the coin that some people do mix them that you if you are satisfied you can be happy, but to be satisfied is not necessary that you must be happy. I mean, they're interchangeable, but you know um, it comes satisfaction and happiness follow. You can be satisfied and not happy, okay, but one of the procedure or a stage to be happy, you have to be satisfied. um, it's like it's like it's like it's like people who have abundance and they are not happy. It's like when you look at people who don't have much but they're happy. So to be happy is necessarily um, to have satisfaction inside, but to be satisfied is not necessary to be happy. Some people are satisfied with things which do not make them happy. They've just decided to they've just decided to accommodate the things that they don't make them happy, but they are satisfied with them. Like you're satisfied with a certain kind of work. You are satisfied with a certain kind of relationship. So you're just satisfied, but you're not happy. So you accommodate them day after day. It's like this. It's like the saying that I quote from the that I quote from TB Joshua, one of the popular priests in Nigeria. He has a church. The church is called Church. If you want to follow, well, I don't follow them that much, but I like the saying. Or I'd like to call the one of the saying. He say that um he said that in um um mm, um in most of gifted children, most of gifted people are the child of God. I mean, I'm sorry, most of gifted people, okay, say most of gifted children are child of Satan, okay, but God look at attitude, okay, but you cannot be a person of good attitude without being gifted. Do you understand? So I like to compare that with the slog. I'd like to compare that say with the relationship between happiness and satisfaction. Okay, it's like most of people can be satisfied. Okay, but you cannot be happy without being satisfied. Okay, so most of gifted people are child of Satan. God look at attitude, but you cannot have good attitude without being gifted. I mean, it's like of It's kind of phonological. It's kind of morphological language, but it has a lot to learn from that because it carries a lot of the meaning if you sit down and translate. So if you decide to say I'm satisfied setting life, you have to measure your point of happiness. Because some people say they're just satisfied with certain kind of relationship. So they're just in the relationship and they've just been taking a good number of years, but every day they are not happy. Every day they wish they could have somebody better. They wish they could be somewhere better. They wish they could hear somebody who is better or romantic than the partner they have. So they are satisfied, but they're not happy. This is one of the measure of your happiness because it's like the student. It's like the student who are in who are doing bachelor degrees mostly. They'll tell you, especially in Tanzania, they'll tell you, I'm majoring in accounting because that is how the government elected me. I'm majoring in, history because I passed the history. So it's like people are studying things that they don't like, and they don't dream to become what they're studying. Whoever, they're just satisfied to do the things that they are just doing, maybe because of the pressure, because of the government authority. Because here in Tanzania, after you perform well in your senior level, say in secondary education, Form 5 and Form 6, it has different perspective in different countries. In United States they have junior and senior. Here we have ordinary level and secondary level education. So after you pass after ordinary level and higher level secondary education, it's like junior education and senior education. So if you pass well in your O-level education, ordinary level secondary education in Tanzania, you join higher level secondary education. What makes you to decide what to study in your higher level secondary education is your pass mark. But it's very funny. Some people pass the subject that they don't like. You pass the thing that you don't like. Well, it can happen sometimes because you have to struggle to pass your exams because you have to progress ahead. All the people are looking at you that way. Your parents, your friends, environment, sponsors, all that. So you try your level best to capture the various studies, because you have to major almost 7 studies. Okay. So after that, you join higher level secondary education and say you are taking, say, economics, geography, and mathematics. But your dream was to be a doctor. So because you didn't pass well biology and chemistry, now you're doing economics. But deep inside, that's not your wish. So I have typical example. I met one of the students. She was doing a bachelor degree in tax, but she told me she's not happy even when she's in a class. She doesn't enjoy. She may not really want to understand things because her dream was to be a doctor, a medical doctor. But she's satisfied being in class, first year, second year. Imagine 360 times 2, almost about 800 days. You are just struggling to live, to be satisfied with the things that do not make you happy. Okay, so when you are satisfied, try to measure your happiness. Is that what really makes you happy? Because you're satisfactory with that. Because sometimes, environment and scarcity of resources make people to tend to be satisfied or to pretend or being enforced to be satisfied, but deep inside they're not happy. Okay, because spiritually, psychologically, when you force somebody to be in certain environment, he becomes unhappy, but he has to adapt the environment by trying to be satisfactory with that environment. I think you capture it in some little ways. Like you can now try to observe yourself where you are. Are you happy? Or you are just satisfied? I think most of women face this, with the pressure and the rate of being unemployed. The rate of being unmarried. The number of population shows that statistics show that women are so many in number comparing to men. So it's almost a woman. So it is almost projected that in order for a woman to have a man, every man should have 9 women. Okay. Well, my idea is not to present that, but I just want you to see how women grab the major opportunity so fast in the society. So they learn to be satisfied, to have, relationship affair with some girls, and they learn to be satisfied, to be in relationship with some men of which they don't feel happy to be with, but they want to be satisfied. They just, create the condition of satisfaction just to fit in the society, to fit in the opportunity, to fit in the norms and tradition that a woman should be married. So most of the women, I think, they're in relationship of which they're just trying to turn to be satisfied, but they're not happy. So you have to measure that. Okay. Well, the psychology, suggests that if you want to be happy, you have to like what you have. Okay? That's another issue again. So as I'm talking about happiness, so you have to weigh your level of balance between satisfaction and being happy, and what makes you to be satisfied. Because often, if you are satisfied with the things that don't make you great, sooner or later you will regret and you will feel sad, and that will make you being unhappy again. So do you really try to exploit the opportunity you have just in a way you can just feel happy, and not to tend to learn to be satisfied? Because when you tend to learn to be satisfied, you are simply not happy again, unless otherwise what you are satisfied is what you really wanted to be in your life, or what you really wanted to have in your life. I don't know, but the learning to be satisfied to me is kind of invalid things a human being should do, because what you really like and what you are satisfied you you feel the butterflies, you become happy with that, you become creative and unique with that, and that way you become respected and you know uh, equip the world in a unique way rather than what you learn to like. Okay, so perhaps you will tell people later that, I didn't want to be a doctor, but I kept learning how to be a good doctor. I think that's a difficult, but you can just tell people, I really wanted to be a doctor, so I started treating people, I started dealing with the animals since when I was 2 years old. Up to now, I'm a professional doctor. So, what did I really want to share is to make you understand that, is it true that what you are satisfied, what are you in, and you are satisfactory with, is it leading to a pure happiness that you want to feel? Remember, happiness is intangible, but the structure you create to foster the environment of happiness may deprive your happiness right away. So try to try to have things which are naturally existing simply to express your satisfaction, which makes your happiness to be true and live the legendary life in the universe, which makes you equip the world in a unique way by really understanding and exploring new things and becoming the best on that. Thank you.